Hello again. So, we're going over the super fun stuff. 102.6, this is your muscular system. This goes over the structure and function of the muscular system as well as the study of the muscles. Now, it's very similar to the other parts of the anatomy chapter and where it's a lot of terminology. So, I highly recommend either utilizing Quizlet with those definition flashcards and games to help study for it. If you're somebody who likes to just jot it all down from the PowerPoint and study that way, that's fine too. You can pause as we go along to make sure to get all those definitions. But it is important for us to understand the muscular system just because we are constantly working with our bodies through this entire career, and we also want to better our guests when we are doing things like shampooing or scalp massages, shoulder massages, neck, hand massages. We want to understand the basics, at least, of the muscular system. So, some fun facts about muscles. It takes 17 muscles for you to smile and 43 of those muscles to frown. When you're cold, your muscles actually contract involuntarily, which sends energy to warm your body. And it takes half as long to gain muscle as it does to lose it. Now, salon professionals like doctors and nurses are licensed to touch a client. Whether shampooing or massaging, these salon professionals have the privilege of bringing relaxation, well-being, and personal enhancement to others. Study of the muscles help us do just that. Myology, this is the study of the structure, function, and diseases of the muscle. Muscles are 40 to 50% of the body's weight. And muscles are fibrous tissues that contract when stimulated by messages carried by the nervous system to produce movement. Now, what are the actual functions of the muscular system? Obviously, to movement of the body, involvement in functions of the other body systems, it helps to support the skeletal system, and it gives contours to the body. The two types of muscle tissue. We have voluntary or striated and involuntary or non-striated. So voluntary or striated muscles respond to commands regulated by will, whereas your involuntary or non-striated muscles will respond automatically to control various body functions, including the functions of internal organs. The salon professional is primarily concerned with the voluntary muscles of your head, face, neck, arms, hands, legs, and feet. The cardiac or heart muscle is the muscle of the heart itself, and it is the only muscle of its type in the human body. This rugged muscle functions involuntarily. Now, I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce anything. Bear with me. Terms used to identify muscle location or function. So you may have heard this if you ever took any type of medical terminology classes, or some people took some anatomy classes in high school or somewhat in college. Some of these look very familiar. So anterior is when you're trying to identify muscle location that's in front of. Posterior is going to be behind or in back of. Superiorus is located above or is larger. Inferiorus is located below or is similar. Levator is lifts up. Depressor is draws down or depresses. And dilator is opens, enlarges, or expands. Now, there are three parts of the muscle. This comes up quite a bit, not just in this section or chapter, but it moves on into other sections as well. But when we're talking about parts of the muscle, there are three main parts that we focus in on. So, number one is our origin. here. That is going to be the non-moving or fixed portion of the muscle that's actually attached to the bones or other fixed muscles. The belly is here. This is going to be the midsection of the muscle. And the insertion. This is going to be the portion of the muscle that's joined to movable attachments. So this is going to be attached to bones, movable muscles, or skin. Muscles produce movement through contraction or tightening, and also expansion or relaxing. When a contraction occurs, one of the muscle attachments moves, the insertion, while the other remains fixed, the origin. All muscles, except those of the face, are attached at both ends by bone or other muscle. Facial muscles are only attached at one end. So we can stimulate muscular tissue in a couple different methods. We can use massage techniques, electric current, temperature, typically dry or moist heat or cold, nerve impulses through the nervous system, and chemicals with certain acids and salts. All right, here we go. The fun stuff. Okay, the study of the muscles. So these are all the ones that, for me personally, it helped me doing more of flashcards. So the scalp and face muscles first. These are of primary interest as when you do like your scalp and neck massages and facials that you perform. Muscles are affected by massage and are generally manipulated from the insertion point to the origin attachment. You can use light facial massage, typically with some type of product, or slip product for more of a relaxation massage. But you usually want to follow that muscle line while going through massage. So first, our scalp muscles. The epicranium consists of the structures above the cranium. This including muscle, skin, and aponeurosis. The epicranius, or the occipital frontalis, is a broad muscle formed by two muscles joined by the aponeurosis tendon. We have the frontalis and the occipitalis. I remember these obviously just because front and then your occipital bone is back here. So it kind of gave me an idea of where those were located. However, the frontalis, this is going to extend from your forehead to the top of the skull. This muscle is responsible for raising your eyebrows or drawing the scalp forward. And then your occipitalis is going to be located at the nape of the neck, and this is going to help to draw the scalp backward. Your ear muscles. There are three muscles of the ear used to move the auricula, the visible part of the ear. So the auricularis anterior, this is going to be the front of the ear. Superior, above ear. And posterior, back of the ear or behind ear. Your eye and nose muscles. Your corrugator. This is located between your eyebrows. These control your eyebrows, drawing them in and downward. This one always gets me. Levator palpebra superioris is located above the eyelids, and it helps to raise your eyelids. Orbicularis oculi. This is going to be the circles the eye socket, and it helps to close your eyelid. And then your procurus is located between your eyebrows across the bridge of your nose. It draws the brows down, wrinkles area across the bridge of the nose. This is the one I need to relax. I've got like the major lines there from constantly like scrunching them. Lots of mouth muscles. Okay. Orbicularis oris is number 1. That's here. That's going to be, it's going to circle your mouth. This is what contracts, puckers, and wrinkles your lips, as in kissing or in whistling. Quadratus labiosuperioris. This is going to be consisting of 3 parts located above the upper lip. And this is going to help to raise both nostrils and your upper lip, as in expressing distaste, also known as the levator labii superioris. Then we have number 3, which is going to be located down here. That's located below, that's the quadratus labii inferioris, which is located below the lower lip. Pulls lower lip down or to the side, as in expressing sarcasm. Then your number 4 is the mentalis. This is the tip of the chin. Pushes lower lip up and or wrinkles chin, as in expressing doubt. Risorius, number 5. This is going to be your corner of the mouth. This helps to draw the mouth up and out, as in grinning. Caneus, this is going to be located above the corners of the mouth, here and here. This is going to raise angle of the mouth, as in snarling, also known as the levator anguli oris. Then you have your triangularis. This is located below the corners of the mouth here. It draws the corners of the mouth down, as in expressing depression. The zygomaticus, I love that word, zygomaticus. The zygomaticus is going to be the major and minor, located outside corners of the mouth. It draws the mouth up and back, as in laughing. The buccinator is going to be located between the jaws and cheek, here and here. This is responsible for compressing the cheek to release air outwardly, as in blowing. So when we're looking at the side of the head or face here, we can see our temporalis. This is located above and in front of the ear, so it's a larger area there. This is going to be responsible for opening and closing your jaw, as in chewing. And then your masseter covers the hinge of the jaw. It aids in closing and also chewing. The neck and back muscles. So we're moving a little bit lower down here, as well as low back. So we have our platysma, which is going to extend from the tip of the chin there all the way to the shoulders and the chest. It draws your lower lip and corner of the mouth sideways and down, partially opening the mouth, as in surprise or fright. The sternocleidomastoideus, say that 5 times fast. The sternocleidomastoideus is going to extend along the side of the neck from ear to collarbone. This causes the head to move side to side, up and down, as in nodding yes or no. The trapezius is going to be the flat triangular covers upper and back part of the neck and shoulders, aids in drawing head back and elevating shoulder blades. And then the last one is your latissimus dorsi, which is the flat triangular, covers lumbar or lower back region, and lower half of the thoracic region, aids in swinging of your arms. Shoulders, chest, arm muscles, lots and lots. You may have heard the terms pectoralis before. Think of like your chest. Okay, so you have 1A, 1B. 1A is here, 1B is there. There's going to be pectoralis major and minor. Major, minor. The major and minor are going to extend across the front of the chest, and they assist in swinging the arms. Then you have right down here your serratus anterior. It's located under the arm. It helps to lift the arm and helps aid in breathing. The deltoid, this is going to be triangular shaped. It covers your shoulders. It lifts or turns the arm. Biceps, primary muscle in the front of the upper arm. It raises your forearm, bends your elbow, and turns the palm of your hand down. Triceps, this is going to be extending the length of the upper arm to the forearm, and it controls forward movement of your forearm. Here we have supinator. This is going to run parallel to the ulna bone and turns the palm of the hand upward. Down here you have your pronator. This runs across the front of the lower part of the radius and ulna and turns the palm of the hand downward and inward. Then you have your flexor, which is located mid-forearm on the inside of the arm. This bends your wrist and closes your fingers. And then on the other side here you have your extensor, which is also located mid-forearm on the outside of the arm, and it straightens the fingers and the wrist. And then my personal favorite are the ones in the fingers and hands. So, number of small muscles stretch over your fingers and connect the joints and provide dexterity. You have your abductor, adductor, and openins. So, abductor is going to stretch over the fingers, and this helps to separate the fingers. And then your adductor is going to stretch over the fingers, but it draws the fingers together. So, easy way I remembered that was just adductor or add them together, brings them together. Opponens is going to be the palm of your hand. This causes the thumb to move towards the fingers, given the ability to grasp or make a fist. And then moving into leg and foot muscles, you have your leg muscles, which are going to be the following 7. So we have our tibialis anterior, which is going to be covering the front of our shin. This bends the foot upward and also inward, which is here. Then you have your gastrocnemius, which is located at the back of the leg, attached to the lower rear surface of the heel, and it pulls the foot down. Then you have your peroneus longus. This originates in the upper 2/3 portion of the outer fibula and causes the foot to invert and turn outward. Then We've got our peroneus brevis, which is originating in the lower third part of the fibula and bends the foot down and out. Then we have right here our soleus, which is originating in the upper portion of your fibula from just below the knee to the heel, and it bends the foot down. Here we have our extensor digitorum longus, located on the outside part of the lower leg, and it bends your foot up and extends your toes. Then down here at the bottom, we've got our extensor hallucis longus, which is located between the tibialis anterior and the extensor digitorum longus. This is responsible for extending the big toe and flexing your foot. And then last but not least, we have our foot muscles. So, for such little muscles, I feel like they've got very large names. It's fine. First is your flexor digiti minimi brevis. This is located along the base of the small toe, and this helps to flex the joint of the small toe. And then you have your flexor digitorum brevis, which is going to be located across the ball of the foot beneath the toes, and it flexes your toes. And then you have your abductor hallucis, which is going to run along the interior border of the foot. It moves the big toe away from the other toes. And the abductor digiti minimi runs along the outside border of the foot and connects to the heel. It moves the smallest toe away from the other toes. And that is all. I know it's a lot. I will let you know how many questions this test is. I know it's not a horrible amount, but like I said, it is a lot of terminology. So just focus on flashcards. You do have the whole week to study for it. Little bit each day is usually the best way I tell people to study for this. Don't overwhelm with too much terminology at once. I will see you all soon.